Hey everyone, I'm going to show you how to pre-populate your campaign submission form fields with all the contacts information to make it really easy for them to enter your contest. It also works on our sweepstakes, our sign-up campaigns. All the campaigns have this capability. So the typical use case for this would be, let's say you have 1,000 people in your MailChimp database or whatever your email provider is, and you want to invite them all to join your contest. So for example, I'm using the I'm Crushing It design contest that Socialmonials is running right now. So what I would do with this one is I would want to send an email to my entire database, and I would want, when they click that button to go and join this campaign, to pre-populate all those fields with their name, their email address, and everything else I'm asking for. Since I already have that information in the database, then I can very easily add parameters to the end of the URL that I'm linking to, and it's going to do that. It's going to pre-populate all that information. So I'm going to show you on the Socialmonials side what you need to do to set that up and basically collect that information. And depending on whatever tool you have, as long as it has any kind of a mail merge functionality, even if you're using Google Sheets and some other kind of email provider, it should work just fine. As long as you pass the values the way we're looking for them, it will work. Let me show you how to do this. This is our contest. So as you scroll down, this is where you would enter. And notice how it's all empty. So now the people need to type in their own email, their own first name, their own last name, and their Socialmonials account username. So what if I want this to be pre-populated to make that just a little easier? So all they need to do is upload their images and their caption, and then they're done. So let me show you what I would do here. First thing I'm going to do is go into the settings of my campaign, and what I need to know is what are the names of the fields. So I'm going to go to my submission form and edit it. So the field names are shown here. So we have email. So I'm going to grab this first one and I'm going to paste it over here in a notepad. This is the way I do it, just to stay organized. I'm going to grab whatever other field I want to include. I definitely want to include first and last. So first, and I'll just type it because I remember it. And then finally, let's even grab this one. It's okay if there's spaces, it still works. So now that I've got all my field names, what I'll do here is I'll go grab the URL of this campaign. And then I'll paste it over here in WordPad. Now I'm going to add a question mark to the end of it, right here, and I'm going to grab the first field name, equals sign, and then you're going to enter your dynamic content. So this is where, if you have like an email service provider, you would enter the variable, like the mail merge code, right? So if your email, let's say your email service provider wanted you to call it this, you would enter this. That way, when it sends this email to this individual, it's going to remove this email part right here and then replace it with their actual email address. So next thing I'm going to do is an ampersand. Well, first of all, let me get rid of this and let's put in an actual email address. For the next parameter, instead of a question mark, you're going to use the ampersand, and we're going to grab the next field, which is called first. Now again, this is where you would put in a dynamic variable, but I'm just going to put in Craig. Ampersand for the next parameter, which will be the field name for last, equals Sherman. Ampersand, the last field name, equals test account. That's it. Now what this will do is I'm going to grab just this URL. I'm going to open up a private window just to show you that this really does work. And I'm going to paste that URL up here in the address bar. And what will happen now, even though it's on a separate screen, when I click enter now, it's automatically going to say test@test.com, Craig Sherman, and it'll pre-populate test account here. So that just made it really easy for me to enter this contest. Now, that looks really simple. The hardest part is just going to your email service provider, whoever it is, and checking with their documentation by searching terms like, how to mail merge data into links. Maybe search by how to use parameters in the URL or in the links. And almost every service provider that you use for email should have the ability to mail merge. Or they might even call it personalized fields. So do some searching, and I'm sure you'll find what you need on their knowledge base. And hopefully your next campaign will have an even better conversion rate than the last one. Thanks a lot.